Okay, welcome to your reset and restore practice. Let's start with just a little bit of centering or grounding. Just come to a comfortable seat, can be on the floor or in a chair. Just make sure your feet are firmly down if you're in a chair, and if you're sitting on the floor, just ensure to the best of your ability that your pelvis is grounded and centered, so that that base of you, whether it's your feet or your pelvis only, or your pelvis and your feet, is firmly rooted. And even if you're sitting on the floor and sitting on a cushion or a blanket or a pillow, work to adjust to right now. Get a sense of being connected with that surface underneath of you. Okay, and palms down on your thighs. Also, sort of a gesture, if you will, of groundedness, of bringing your energy down so that you can be connected to really ultimately the earth, and the fact that you're supported and held right where you are, right where you need to be right now. Just close your eyes if you haven't already, and take a breath in through the nose and exhale through pursed lips as if through a straw. And again, inhale through the nose, seal the lips and fill all the way up, and then slowly blow the breath out through pursed lips. And see if you can slow that and deepen that. Just a couple more times at your own pace, inhaling through the nose and exhaling as if through a straw. And every time, see if you can smooth it out and slow it down. And then the next time you inhale through the nose, shrug your shoulders up and clench your fists and maybe squeeze your glutes and your inner thighs and your toes. And then as you exhale through the imaginary straw, release. And do that a couple more times. Inhaling and squeeze, maybe clench your jaw and furrow your brow and tighten everything up. And then as you exhale, release down all of that, letting go, palms back to the thighs. Maybe one more time. Good. Bring your left hand now to your heart center, so in the middle of the chest. And then bring your right hand to your solar plexus, so right at the base of your ribs, sort of in that middle ground, maybe about 8-9 inches below your heart center. And just breathe in and out through the nose. But just like when you were exhaling as if through a straw, gently draw the belly in to very gently and with as little effort as possible, while still being deliberate about it, push the breath out. So you're deliberately pushing the breath out, but I want to encourage you to really find the place with the least amount of effort to do that. It can be really easy to sort of over effort that, but it can be a very soft, gentle sort of drawing in of the belly. And as you feel that expansion every time you inhale of your belly and your heart center, And then that softening, that release, that letting go every time you exhale. Just start to say to yourself with your breath, peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Maybe even being slightly more specific, peace begins within me. Peace begins within me. And so that's a 4 count mantra. And just let your breathing match that. So you repeat to yourself out loud if you'd like, or just silently, peace begins within me as you inhale, and the same rate as you exhale, peace begins within me. And just give yourself another 30 seconds, 45 seconds or so to do this. And what's happening here is you're breathing, using those words in your mind. And just helping to really narrow the spotlight of your awareness, to really unite your experience. So you're feeling the body. You're noticing the breath. And you're focusing the mind. It's all working together. Stay with it. Be aware of any clenching or tensing. And most likely it's unintended, just habitual. It's a great time to invite softening, invite release. Oh, good. Okay, sometime soon, just release the mantra, release your hands, but this time palms facing up in a gesture of receptivity. Your eyes closed for a moment and just welcome that insight that despite the chaos of whatever's going on around us, and even to some extent within us, in our minds, that the peace we want to see and experience starts within ourselves. And the truth is that it's always there. And we come to this practice to connect with it, to cultivate a relationship with it so that it's more readily available when we need it in our day-to-day lives. Good. All right. So we're gonna start to move into some gentle side bends on the floor or on a chair. Just take your time. One hand down, opposite arm up and over, and then just switch sides. Let this be fluid and gentle. I find it super helpful to rotate the palms so that the upper hand the palm is facing the floor. And then of course the palm is on the floor as it comes down. This is a nice rotation of the humerus bone and the shoulders. And it's really lovely to coordinate your movement and breathing here. And it doesn't matter sort of specifically what that is, as long as it feels to you like you're breathing and moving in sync. Nice. Okay. Sometime soon, start to swim it. So bring the arm sort of around across the front of you, up and over. So you're sort of making a gigantic circle. Like a gigantic backstroke. And here, notice, so before we were talking about rotating the palms, and you can still do that for sure, but take it a little bit more into the chest. So you're rotating the chest toward the floor and then up toward the ceiling from side to side. In some ways, you're making this sort of gigantic figure eight. And rather than worry about any sort of technical issues here, so to speak, any alignment issues, just let it be fairly fluid and focus more on stretching, on reaching, on expanding the range of motion in this movement. Nice job. Okay, sometime soon, we're going to keep doing this, but we're going to take one hand, so maybe the left hand to the right knee, and we'll reach the right arm around and back. So this is more of like a freestyle stroke. And then the right hand to the left knee and the left arm around and back, up and over. So we're sort of tightening the loop a bit. And you can use the bottom arm here as a guide to rotate around. Take your time. Just a few more strokes, if you will. Nice job. Moving and breathing in sync, in whatever way feels good. All right, sometime soon, let yourself just roll up your spine and bring the hands to the deltoid muscles, so to the tops of the shoulders, to the best of your ability. This rotating open is beneficial for all of us, for sure. And then just start to reach one elbow back at a time. And so, yes, we're twisting in the upper back, but I want you to focus on reaching one elbow back and then the other elbow back. So it's more about keeping the chest lifted and open. Reach back, back, back. Whatever pace you're comfortable with. And your breath can just be slow and steady here. Or if you'd like to work with your breath a little bit more here, You can exhale as we were doing earlier, like through a straw, through pursed lips, but with a little bit more intentionally gentle force. So be gentle. There is no reason whatsoever to sort of overforce the breath. Good. So just start to reduce this motion a little at a time, sort of letting the momentum release. And let the backs of the hands come to the knees so the palms face up. Close your eyes and just take a moment to really feel the effects of the movement that we've done so far. Good. All right, we're going to do one more thing here. Palms down, hold on to your knees and just start to move around yourself. My cat has joined us. Hey, jump down. Thank you. Move around yourself. So you're like churning. And really, this movement is coming from the pelvis, tilting forward, going to one side, tucking back, and going to the other side. And here again, the arms are a nice guide, a nice form for you to work within. They can stay relatively straight. The knees can press into the hands. And you can use that structure, that frame, to focus the movement on the pelvis and the spine. All right, sometime soon, simply reverse direction. And what I know from 22 years of personal practice and 16 of teaching is that most of us will do the side that feels easier, whether or not we realize it or not first. And so the second side might be more challenging, might feel awkward. It's fine. All the more reason to just give yourself a moment to be here. Notice the rib cage. Are you taking that around the circumference of the circle as much as you can? So good. Let's take just another 10 seconds here. Steady breathing. Nice job. Just want to point out that this movement is really beneficial. Just let yourself come back to center slowly. Is really beneficial to increase circulation, to get the spine moving in a lot of directions. The relatively simple, doable movement. So try it. You can just sit in a chair and sort of go around in circles for a moment, one direction and then the other. Just take a moment here back at center to feel all the places where your body is connecting to a surface underneath of it. And let yourself accept that support, soften into that support, really feel it, appreciate it, and say yes. Nice job. Okay. So take your time and make your way to your back. We're going to do a little bit more breathing, but I want to encourage you to go ahead and set yourself up for the meditation so that once we're done with the breathing, you don't have to move very much to sort of finish settling in. And as always, I highly recommend some support under your knees, some support under your neck, just enough to really support that curve in the cervical spine, but not so much that the chin is closer to the ceiling than the forehead. Keep the chin and the forehead either on the same plane, or the chin can be just slightly tucked. Really intentionally roll the shoulder blades back. Make sure that you're super comfortable and warm. And I know, especially right after some movement, that it can feel like you're already warm, that you don't need any additional warmth, but your blood pressure will go down. You will cool off significantly, and you want to be warm so that your nervous system won't kick on and say, hey, I need to stay alert here because my temperature is dropping. I also highly, highly, highly recommend something covering your eyes, which you can go ahead and use, go ahead and place. And as you're settling in, before we do one more breathing practice, I just want to share that the theme of our Yoga Nidra this evening is feelings and emotions, and it's perfect. We all need this to really recognize and welcome feelings such as in the body, such as comfort and discomfort, hot, cold, pain, pleasure, but also emotions such as anger, fear, sadness, disgust, shame, joy, excitement. We recognize and welcome these inner experiences as the messengers that they are. They provide us with information and help us choose to how to appropriately respond to the world around us and also within ourselves. Many of us are quite good at responding on some level to the world around us, but we respond within ourselves in a way that's not serving us. So it's important to recognize that feelings and emotions are neither good nor bad, nor right nor wrong. They're simply information. So our task, our first task then, is to notice and welcome these messengers. And then to really learn to recognize the variety of feelings we experience and open to them rather than deny or repress, or even in some cases express them. It's a practice to learn to recognize, welcome, experience, and respond to feelings and emotions rather than react to or become hopelessly mired down in them. Remembering that feelings and emotions are temporary, they come and they go. And to the degree that we deny them or react to them, we inhibit their natural movement. And when we welcome rather than repress or reactively express our feelings and emotions, they shift and change. They help us respond to life in the way that we will uniquely. But experiencing these feelings and emotions fully really means to go through them. So I trust you're settled in by now, and I want to invite you to begin practicing a simple breathing technique of equal inhalations and exhalations. And I'm gonna encourage you to, rather than me counting and dictating this, to use the mantra that we've already used. Peace begins within me. As you inhale, peace begins within me as you exhale. And just let those words be steady like a metronome for your breath. And you can, of course, slow the mantra as you're able to slow your breath. And we'll just do this for 60 seconds. So just stay with it. Release the mantra for now. And we'll use this mantra as our group intention, our group heartfelt desire for our practice, based on our sharing before practice, and just knowing that so many of us can benefit from cultivating a relationship with that endless supply of inner peace that is within us and always available, always there to access, to experience the world from. So let the sound of my voice now be your guide and support you in experiencing sensations throughout the body. As I name each area, you may feel sensations that are present or nothing in particular. It's all exactly right. And I'm gonna go through the body rather quickly. So just let the spotlight of your awareness be narrow and focused on each part as I mention it and move on to the next part. So bring attention to sensations inside the mouth, roof of the mouth, inside cheeks, left and right, back of the throat, and the tongue, the entire mouth now, field of sensation. Notice the ears, the left ear, inside and out, the right ear, inside and out. Sensing both ears at the same time. Become aware now of the nose, experiencing the breath, this pure sensation in the nostrils. Feel the left nostril, the right nostril, both nostrils at the same time. Feel the left eye and the right eye. And now both eyes together, a field of radiant sensation. Sense the forehead, the scalp, the back of the head, and the neck. Notice the shoulders now, the left shoulder, the right shoulder. Feel the upper arms and elbows, the forearms and wrists. Notice the left palm and fingers and the right palm and fingers. And feel both arms and hands together as one field of sensation now. Notice the upper chest and upper back. Feel the middle chest and middle back. Become aware of the abdomen and lower back, the pelvis and sacrum, broad bone across the low back. Experience the entire torso now as a field of vibrant sensation. Feel the left buttock, left hip, left thigh, knee, the lower left leg, the left foot and toes. Notice the right buttock, right hip, thigh, knee, the lower right leg, foot and toes. Feel the entire right leg and foot. Sense both legs and feet at the same time now. Sense the entire front of the body, the entire back of the body now. Notice the left side and the right side. Sense the entire body as a field of radiant sensation. And be aware of all that's now present in your awareness. Feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that's present. First, sense what's present. Then experience yourself as the field of awareness in which everything is coming and going. Become aware of the body breathing, the flow of the breath as sensation in the nostrils, and the abdomen gently rising as breath flows in and releasing as breath flows out. The body breathing naturally and rhythmically. In breath, out breath. No need to change or manage anything. Just observe the body breathing itself. Just observe the body breathing itself, inhaling and exhaling. Be aware of all that's present in your awareness. Feeling yourself as the one who's aware of everything that's now present. Sensing what's present, then experiencing yourself dissolving into being the field of awareness in which everything is arising. Now bring attention to feelings that are present throughout the body, such as warmth or coolness, heaviness or lightness, comfort or discomfort. Allow whatever feelings that are present to blossom fully into your body. Know that if nothing is present, if no feelings are present, as it may happen, simply welcome whatever is present. Allow yourself to locate the opposite of any feelings that are present for you. If you're feeling warmth, find coolness. Heaviness, find lightness. Discomfort, find comfort. Welcome an opposite of feeling fully into your body. Now, welcome both opposites of feeling into the body at the same time without thinking or analyzing or making it more complicated than it is. Simply experience how welcoming two opposite feelings at the same time affects your body and mind. Just allow them both to be there at the same time. Now bring attention to an emotion that's present in your body or one that you're experiencing in your life. You can also recall a memory that invites a particular emotion into your body. Welcome the emotion as sensation into your body. Inviting this emotion to unfold fully as sensation. If no emotion is present, there's no need to make anything happen. Simply welcome whatever is present. And if an emotion is present, notice, where are you feeling it in your body? Allow it to blossom fully. Just welcome it. Let it be there, while also welcoming any other experiences that co-arise with this emotion, thoughts, images, memories. Now allow an opposite emotion to emerge. Again, there's no need to think about this. In fact, it's part of why we're moving more quickly. Just let what comes up come up, come up. Perhaps recalling a memory that invites this opposite emotion into your body. And notice if an opposite emotion is present, where do you experience it in your body? Welcome it. Let it be there. Now, once more, just invite both emotions, both opposites, into awareness at the same time without thinking about it. Simply experience how this affects your body and mind. Let both sides of this experience be there. And just be aware of all that's present in your awareness right now. Feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that's present. Sense what's present. Then experience yourself as the field of awareness in which everything is arising. So be attentive now to sensations throughout your body of pleasure, happiness, joy, or well-being. Perhaps recall a particular event from your life that invites feelings of pleasure, happiness, joy, or well-being into your body right now. Welcome whatever emerges just as it is. Perhaps experiencing the sensation of joy, pleasure, or happiness, or well-being as an inner smile that radiates from your heart, the heart smiling, expanding throughout your entire body, flowing down into your belly, into your pelvis, the pelvis smiling, the legs and feet. Your smiling heart flowing out into your shoulders and arms and hands. Flowing up into the head, the mouth, the eyes, the brain smiling. The entire body smiling with pleasure, joy, happiness, well-being. And just be aware of all that's present in your awareness. Feeling yourself as the one who's aware of everything that's now present. And experiencing yourself as that field of awareness in which everything is arising. And just let yourself stay here for a few moments, dissolving into a pure being awareness, open, and spacious awareness of being. That being awareness in which everything comes and goes, arises, passes through. And just welcome it just as it is. And so stay with this connection to your awareness of being. And come back to our mantra of intention. Peace begins within me. Here it is. Peace begins within me. And just allow those words to resonate. Allow yourself to just really recognize that you are the source of peace. And as you continue to recite steadily these words, peace begins within me. Just imagine going about your daily life, noticing sensations and emotions, feelings, all constantly changing. Circumstances and situations outside of ourselves fluctuating constantly. Yet all the while feeling yourself as unchanging, spacious awareness. Peace begins within me. While you continue to recite this mantra within yourself, just begin to expand your awareness. First, by without moving, just sensing the body. You might visualize your body on the floor with the various blankets and things that you're using. And then let that expand out even further to take in your imagination, the room in which you're in. Just visualize yourself in the space that you're in right now, your body on the floor, comfortable and warm and so relaxed. Peace begins within me. And just feel the peace in the room that is expanding out from within you. And then take it out a little further and visualize your body on the floor, comfortable and warm and fully supported in the room where you are, and the room in the building in which you're currently occupying space. Just visualize your body within the building And visualize the peace within you expanding outward to every corner of the building, no matter the size. And take it out a little bit further to see your body on the floor in the building where you are within our city. We're all in Baltimore. Just visualize the building where you are within the context of our city and experience the peace within you expanding outward to the entire city. Peace begins with me. Peace begins within me. And now zoom all the way out to take in the planet Earth. And just experience your body comfortable and relaxed, calm and still, fully supported on the planet Earth. And just experience with your imagination your connection to that endless supply of peace within you expanding out to encompass the whole planet. And just allow that feeling to really blossom within you. That your connection in this moment to the peace within you is in fact your greatest contribution to the planet, expanding it out, allowing it to expand out. Peace begins within me. So just begin to narrow the spotlight of your attention, come back to Earth, to the building, come back into the room and into your body. And gently take a slow breath in and a slower breath out. Do that a few more times as you move the toes and the fingers just a bit. Maybe roll the head a little to the right and left, just awakening the body as you come back fully into it. And then know that, as always, one of the great gifts of our virtual practice is that you don't have to go anywhere. If you want to stay reclined and supported and warm, by all means, do that. If you'd like to begin to make your way to one side, feel free to do that. Take your time. If you're moving, be mindful. Let it be gentle as possible, as little movement as possible. Be concise. Maybe you're going to stay on your side, in which case I hope you will support your head with either a blanket or an arm Or perhaps you're choosing to come up to a seated posture. And again, if you're doing that, please be mindful of your movement. There's no reason to rush or to over effort in any way. As always, we'll end our practice with an offering of loving kindness. As always, I'm offering loving kindness to you, and I'll make a few statements of loving kindness and use the word you. And as always, I want to encourage you to repeat each of these statements to yourself, either silently or aloud, and change the word you to I so that you're offering yourself loving kindness as well. No matter what position your body is in this moment, if you'd like to bring hands to heart, palms together, hands to belly, one of each, whatever works for you to connect with yourself here. May you be safe and healthy. May you have a calm, clear mind. May you have an open, loving heart. May you be at peace. May all beings on earth be at peace. Oh God, the light in me sees and feels and bows with love and gratitude to the light in you. Namaste.